Life often feels like an endless odyssey, a winding path where triumphs and trials intertwine. Each twist introduces uncertainty, each turn conceals what lies ahead. We tread this road with heavy burdens, moments of despair threatening to overshadow the joy of discovery. Yet, even amid this chaos, there exists a sanctuary, a sacred whisper, barely audible yet profoundly powerful. It emanates from the core of our being, where divine love resides, eternal and unyielding. This whisper is more than sound. It is the language of God's presence, an unshakable assurance that transcends the fleeting noise of the world. It invites us to pause, to lean into its embrace, and to surrender our worries. Like a tender lullaby, it quiets the storms raging in our hearts, calling us to a place where faith triumphs over fear. Faith, after all, is the light that illuminates our path when all other lights have dimmed. It's the choice to trust in what we cannot yet see, to believe in promises spoken from eternity. In this stillness, God's whisper reminds us that we are not alone. His presence walks with us, not as a distant observer but as an ever-present guide. His promises are not empty words but anchors, steadying us when life's waves threaten to overwhelm. This sacred whisper is the embodiment of hope, a call to lean into the infinite love of the Creator who holds the universe and your soul with equal care. It invites you to release your burdens, to find solace in the unchanging truth that God is with you, always. Let this whisper be your compass, leading you not just through life's uncertainties but into the boundless peace that comes with trusting Him fully. Blessed is the person who trusts in the Lord, making the Lord his trust. Jeremiah 17:7. Trust in the Lord is both a gift and a calling, a sacred exchange of your uncertainty for His unwavering faithfulness. Yet, trust does not come easily when life's storms rage and the clouds of doubt obscure the horizon. In those moments, fear often tempts you to rely on your strength, to grasp for control, but every time you choose faith, however fragile it may feel, you align your spirit with the steadfast nature of God's fidelity. To trust God is not to deny the reality of struggles, it is to acknowledge that He is greater than them. He sees the battles you face, the doubts that weigh on your heart, and the quiet prayers you dare to whisper in the dark. And He delights in every step of faith you take, no matter how small or hesitant. To Him, even a flicker of trust is precious, for it reflects your willingness to lean on His promises. When life places you in a season of waiting, trust becomes even more vital. Waiting is not God's indifference, it is His preparation. Like a seed buried in the soil, trust grows in hidden places, nurtured by surrender. It is here, in the quiet of submission, that trust takes root and strengthens, transforming fear into resilience. God's plans for you are good and perfect, though they may unfold in ways that challenge your understanding. Release your fears into His hands, for the One who crafted the heavens also orchestrates the details of your life. Trust is not a blind leap, it is a confident step into the arms of the Creator who holds all things together. In trusting Him, you find not only security but also the peace that surpasses understanding. And God is able to make every grace overflow to you. 2 Corinthians chapter 9:8. Grace is the heartbeat of God's love, an unending current flowing from His goodness to sustain and empower His children. It is a river that knows no bounds, carrying with it the provision, strength, and renewal we need in every season of life. No matter how daunting the obstacles before you, God's grace is more than sufficient. It is not limited by circumstances nor diminished by human frailty. When life leaves you feeling depleted, your strength waning, your heart heavy, grace comes as an overflowing cup. It fills not only the empty spaces within you but spills over, blessing those around you. This grace is not merely a reprieve from life's challenges. It is a divine empowerment. It enables you to rise above trials, to persevere with hope, and to excel in the good works for which you were created. God's grace is both a gift and a tool, given freely but with a purpose. As you lean into it, you find the strength to shine as a beacon of His glory in the world. Through your acts of love, kindness, and faithfulness, His grace becomes visible to others, drawing them to the source of all goodness. But leaning into grace requires trust. It asks you to surrender your limitations and believe in God's boundless ability to provide. When you do, you begin to see His hand at work in the smallest details of your life. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable are transformed into opportunities for growth. Setbacks become stepping stones. Even the ashes of loss or failure are woven into something beautiful, a testimony to His redeeming power. So, open your heart to this overflowing grace. Let it shape your perspective, turning despair into hope and weakness into strength. Believe in His ability to bless you beyond measure. And watch as His grace flows through your life, not only meeting your needs but empowering you to live as a reflection of His glory. Through His grace, you are equipped, sustained, and called to be a vessel of His love in a world that desperately needs it. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Philippians chapter 4, 6-7. Anxiety often feels like a relentless weight, pressing down with worries about tomorrow or regrets from yesterday. It robs us of clarity, replacing peace with unease. Yet, God's promise in Philippians is both a gentle command and an invitation: do not be anxious. These words are not meant to dismiss the reality of life's challenges but to redirect our hearts to the one who is greater than them all. The peace of God is unlike anything the world can offer. It is not fleeting, nor is it contingent upon favorable circumstances. Instead, it is a fortress, a spiritual stronghold guarding your heart and mind against the assaults of fear and doubt. This peace flows from His unchanging presence, a steady assurance that He is sovereign and intimately aware of your every need. When life feels overwhelming, God invites you to bring your concerns to Him in prayer. But this is not a hurried, half-hearted plea. It is a sacred exchange where you pour out your worries and surrender them with thanksgiving. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reminding you of His faithfulness in the past and His promises for the future. As you release your burdens to Him, you create space for His peace to take root and flourish in your soul. Picture His peace as an anchor that holds you steady amidst life's fiercest storms. The waves may crash, the winds may howl, but you remain grounded, not because of your strength, but because of His. This peace is freely given, yet it requires faith to fully embrace. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Trust in the one who is orchestrating all things for your good, even when you cannot yet see the bigger picture. God's peace is more than a momentary reprieve. It is a transformative gift that empowers you to face each day with confidence and courage. Lean into this gift. Rest in the knowledge that He is working behind the scenes, weaving every detail of your life into a tapestry of grace and purpose. Let His peace be the calm in your chaos and the assurance that you are never alone. Do not be surprised at the painful test you are suffering. Be glad that you are sharing Christ's sufferings. 1 Peter chapter 4, 12-13. Suffering is a profound and complex part of the human experience, a mystery that often leaves us searching for answers. Why do hardships come, and why do they linger? Yet, within the divine narrative, suffering is not meaningless. It carries with it a sacred purpose, one that connects you deeply to the heart of Christ. Every trial is an opportunity, a call to share in His sufferings, not as a burden, but as a pathway to greater intimacy with Him. When you face pain, rejection, or loss, you are not walking that road alone. You are part of a timeless lineage of faithful servants who have endured through grace. Their stories are woven together with yours, creating a tapestry of perseverance and triumph that glorifies God. In your moments of greatest struggle, remember this: you are held by the same hands that bore the weight of the cross. Suffering, though painful, refines us. It burns away what is temporary, sharpening our focus on what is eternal. It is in these moments of vulnerability and weakness that God's strength becomes most evident. Your perseverance, even when it feels small, is a radiant testament to His sustaining power. With every step forward, you declare His unyielding love to a world desperate for hope. Let your trials become your testimony. When you endure hardship with faith, you reveal a God who is greater than pain, who redeems every wound, and who transforms sorrow into joy. Though the path may be steep, the destination is glorious. There will come a day when Christ's glory is fully revealed, and your faithful endurance will be crowned with everlasting joy. So, do not lose heart. Instead, find courage in the knowledge that your suffering is not wasted. It is part of God's greater plan, A plan that uses every trial to shape you into His likeness, to glorify His name, and to draw you ever closer to His love. Trust that in your darkest moments, His light shines brightest, and through Him, your trials will lead to triumph. I am convinced that nothing can ever separate us from God's love. Romans chapter 8, 38-39. No power on earth, no fear, no failure, can separate you from the love of God. It is a love that transcends understanding, reaching into the deepest recesses of your heart. It is steadfast, unchanging, and eternal. When doubts creep in, remind yourself of this promise. God's love is your constant companion, guiding, comforting, and empowering you. Rest in this assurance: you are deeply and unconditionally loved. The righteous shall spring up in his days, and the abundance of peace until the moon passes away. Psalm chapter 72, 7. Your life is more than a fleeting moment, it is a masterpiece of God's love and grace, crafted to flourish and reflect His glory. Like a tree planted by streams of living water, you are nurtured by the boundless resources of His presence. You are called not only to grow but to thrive, standing tall as a testimony to His faithfulness. In every season, whether marked by abundance or challenge, you are meant to bear fruit that nourishes, inspires, and shines as a beacon of hope to those around you. The peace God offers is not a treasure to be hoarded but a gift to be shared. It is an overflowing river, designed to flow through you and into the lives of others. This peace, unshaken by the chaos of the world, becomes a source of strength, stability, and solace. When you embrace it, you become a vessel of His comfort, spreading His light into the shadows of despair that often cloud the human heart. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, reflects the character of the merciful Father. A word of encouragement, a helping hand, a prayer whispered for someone in need, these are the seeds of righteousness that spring up and multiply. Through your love and compassion, others catch a glimpse of the one who is the ultimate source of peace and hope. As you walk in His grace, let your life be a sanctuary for those who seek refuge, a steady presence in a world that often feels unstable. Remember that the peace He gives is not fleeting, it endures beyond the passing of time, as eternal as the moon in the night sky. By sharing His peace and love, you draw others closer to His heart, helping them discover the abundance of joy and security found in Him. Flourish in His grace, let His peace overflow, and shine brightly as a beacon of His everlasting hope. In doing so, your life will not only reflect His love but also transform the world around you, one act of kindness at a time. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians chapter 4, 13. In Christ, the possibilities are boundless. His strength transforms your limitations into opportunities for growth and victory. When your own abilities falter, His power becomes your foundation. No obstacle is too great, no challenge too daunting, for the one who overcame the world is alive within you. In moments of weakness, lean fully into His strength, for it is in those moments that His power is most evident. Fear may attempt to paralyze you, whispering lies of inadequacy and failure. But remember this: Christ's victory over the grave ensures that fear has no hold on you. His triumph is your assurance that you are never alone and never without the resources to face whatever life brings. Your potential is not limited by human constraints but is made infinite by the boundless power of His Spirit working within you. Step boldly into each day with confidence, knowing that the Creator of the universe walks beside you. Each challenge is an opportunity for His strength to shine through you, for His glory to be revealed in your perseverance. When doubts arise, remind yourself that His promises are unshakable. He does not leave you to navigate life's complexities on your own but equips you with everything you need to succeed in the purpose He has set before you. This truth invites you to live courageously. It encourages you to dream bigger, trust deeper, and act with the assurance that you are empowered by the Almighty. Whatever the task, however insurmountable it may seem, you can approach it with unwavering faith. Through Christ, every hurdle becomes a stepping stone, every fear an opportunity to demonstrate the power of trust. Let this verse be your rallying cry, a declaration of the unstoppable strength you possess through Him. Face each day not with hesitation, but with a heart emboldened by the knowledge that, with Christ, all things are possible. His strength is your anchor, your confidence, and your victory. Beloved child, The quiet whisper of God is always there, beckoning you to a place of rest and renewal. In the hustle and chaos of life, find time to be still, to listen, and to abide in His presence. Let His love wash over you, His peace fill your heart, and His grace strengthen your spirit. The journey of faith is not about perfection but perseverance. Trust in His promises, embrace His peace, and know that you are cherished beyond measure. With every step, may you grow closer to the one who holds you in the palm of His hand. Amen.